programu Rock Show.
I'm Slash from Snakepit and Guns N' Roses, and you're watching Rock Show.
Ahojte rockery, zdravím vás všetkých v prázdninovej Special Rock Show. Áno, priatelia, je to tak, vynikajúci americký gitarista Slash so svojím bandom Slashy Snakepit vystúpil počas festivalu Rock Pop Bratislava na zimnom štadióne v Bratislave a Rock Show poskytol exkluzívne interview, takže welcome to the Slash's Rock Show.
Guns N' Roses is more or less my family, you know, that's where I come from. And Snakepit is definitely a little bit more personal for me because I can't seem to make Guns N' Roses sound like that anymore, even though I do try. The thing is nice for me, but at some point I do have to go back and focus on Guns N' Roses. You know, so in August, that's what I have to do. First thing is just get together with Duff and Axel and Matt, figure out who the fuck is going to play guitar, the rhythm guitar, because Gilby's not in the band anymore. So that's my first priority after the Snakepit tour is over. But I'm having so much fun on the Snakepit tour that I'm not really worried about Guns N' Roses right now because I know it's there.
And wouldn't you like to shape a new Guns N' Roses project on this way, on a Snakepit way, or doesn't it not depend on you?
I tried already.
How did you try, for example?
Well, when I first started writing songs, I went to Axel with it and I said, this is what I've been doing. And he was like already thinking about videos that were just big, huge movie type things. And I was like, oh, great, you know. So, and at the same time, Snakepit started to materialize. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I didn't plan Snakepit out, it just sort of happened. And so I think it sort of kept me and Axel from fighting, you know, and you know, obviously we get to go out and we've toured places Guns N' Roses has never been, you know. It's part of the fun of touring is to go out and experience a lot of different shit. The only thing about Snakepit that's different than, say, Guns N' Roses when it first started is we have to work for it, where Guns N' Roses doesn't have to work for it anymore. We go out on stage, all we have to do is play the first 3 notes of any given hit song, and everybody's just, yay, you know, and they're happy. Yes. That's it. We have to go out and really fucking struggle and be on top of it and to win the crowd over. So that's the main thing. And then as far as freedom is concerned, you know, guitar playing and all that, and just, so we have like extended solos here and there. But for the most part, we just go out and play the songs the way that we wrote them. None of us sort of get into major solo, like there's not a big drum solo, there's not a real long guitar solo anywhere in the set or anything like that. But we do have a lot of musical freedom, you know, we make up a new set list every night. We have a different cover song every night. You know?
Do you like to improvise on stage?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah? What do you think about yourself? Are you good to improvise?
I'm better at improvising than trying, like, you know, I take sort of the pattern of the guitar solo or whatever that I initially wrote when we recorded the record, and then I make up a new version of it every night, you know? And so I'm getting better. I don't know if I'm good or not. When I used to practice 12 hours a day, I was really first discovering guitar playing, but I didn't have a show to do every single day. Now I have a show to do every single day, and so I spend I probably do most of my what you call practicing during the 2 hours we are on stage. I don't like to sit and practice like Yngwie Malmsteen or something like that, where it's like all scales and it's boring.
You work more for the improvement of your guitar technique, or more for your own sound, own expression? What is for you more important?
I don't know. I mean, I just like, it's like, that's a good question. Yeah, you got me there. I like I mean, the whole time that I'm playing, yeah, I work on my guitar style, you know, or making sure that I play what I want to play. And of course, doing it live, you have to be very spontaneous. You have to do it right then and there. And that's work. As far as my sound goes, I haven't changed my guitar sound since I was 15 years old. I mean, it's the same Les Paul and Marshall kind of thing. As far as what I do this, why I do this, is just because I love doing it. So it's not any one thing in particular. It's just try to do the best I can.
What do you feel?
Yeah, and just try to do the best I can while I'm up there, and you know, I just try to get better and better at it. That's the main thing. But I have fun doing it, you know. So it's like a part of me. I don't think there's a person on this earth that plays lead guitar that has not listened to Jimi Hendrix.
And for example, his influence, it's more by his personality or by his technique of playing?
No, see, musicians, it's all about everything. It's your personality is your instrument, and what comes, like your instrument's a tool for your personality to come across, I think.
Eric Clapton, it's your role model?
No, he's one of my influences,
yeah. True influences?
Well, one of them.
And have you ever played with him?
Yeah, I played with him in London.
Yes?
Yeah, just in a club, When it was? A couple of years ago. Not even a couple of years ago, maybe last year.
And it was by chance, or?
Yeah, just by chance.
Yes. It was great?
Yeah, me and him and Ron Wood. Let's see, the Rolling Stones. When I was a kid, I was raised on The Who, Led Zeppelin, and Rolling Stones. That's what my parents listened to. And so the Stones has always been my be-all, end-all favorite band.
Really?
Yeah, so if I can listen to the Stones anytime, you know, where I have to be in a certain mood to listen to Led Zeppelin, I have to be in a certain mood to listen to Aerosmith or AC/DC, I can listen to the Stones anytime. Like I said, I like Soundgarden, and I like Alice in Chains, and I like Nirvana, I like there's a couple other bands. They sort of like come and go, you know. But then there's a hell of a lot of bands that copy. Rolling Stones are a repetition of the blues and rhythm and blues from before them. And we're sort of a repetition of the Stones being a repetition of the before them, you know. So we just sort of carry the torch, you know. There's blues element in Guns N' Roses too, from the guitar point of view. Even from Axl's point of view. I mean, he has a soulful voice when he gets into it. Maybe I had a little bit more freedom to do a little bit more blues and jamming, as opposed to Guns, where everything is sort of set. The Guns was a product of hating the 80s. That's where we came from. We hated everything about it, and we did everything differently. Which is why we're always in the press and stuff, because we were not part of a, we're in a society-type band, you know. We were doing everything differently, And then the 90s have been such a strange time as well, because with the exception of a few good bands that came out of Seattle or wherever, you know, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Nirvana, you know, with the exception of that, most of the music that I see that's real popular on TV or selling a lot of records is usually crap, you know, and then it's just one of those periods where it doesn't have any heart, you know, it doesn't have any soul to it, but that's the music business. Snakepit's really the product of just a bunch of musicians getting together and playing, and I mean, we deal with the business, but we deal with it the way that we think we should deal with it. Nobody tells us what to do, you know? And I don't mind dealing like with press or dealing with dollars and cents when it's necessary. But I mean, the main thing is not to take money too seriously. And unfortunately, a lot of producers, A&R people, record companies in general don't look at it that way. There's one out of every 10, oh, I don't would you call them? Employees in a record company, you know, are actually musically minded, you know. Normally they're just looking for money. I went in with my own money and took the band in the studio, and we made a record in 2 weeks, you know. And then at this point now, I mean, we've actually, believe it or not, we've sold about 1 million, you know. So I'm like, okay. There's a period where Guns N' Roses isn't working, like after the tour or whatever, then I'm gonna do another Snakepit record and come back and play clubs. There's no rock stars in this band. Everybody carries their own weight. We're all really good friends, all very considerate of one another. And that's basically it. It's real simple. You know, we just have basically a good time.
Takže to bol Slash zo Snakepit, Slávka z Rock Show a o mesiac v listárni. Ahoj.